Hello Capricorns, welcome to this bonus tarot reading. I'm doing it because there's so much going on planetarily and I'm not an astrologer. I have a small amount of knowledge. Check your favorite astrology channel. But we've got the Sun in Gemini, Jupiter in Taurus, Mars in Leo, Venus in Cancer. What does that mean? And kind of in a nutshell is it's time to move, it's time to take action. It's time to let go of heartaches, heal from old issues. And that Venus in Cancer is really about healing yourself, healing your inner child. And Jupiter is expansion and growth in your money, your career. Taurus is, an earth sign. So the earthly things coming in and expanding. And that Mars in Leo is just, that's a passionate energy. And so you want to, I'm feeling like there's going to be opportunities coming in for healing, but also to feel excited, to get money together, just all sorts of things coming in. I am a Leo sun, Pisces moon, Libra rising, and a Cancer. My Venus is in Cancer, so this Venus in Cancer probably affects me a little bit more. But Capricorns, you can go ahead and comment to me. Tell me about your chart. Tell me what you think of the videos. And also, make sure you're watching other areas of your chart for further clarification. So you've got, see the bigger picture, Capricorns. The full moon in Sagittarius in this time period. Make sure that you're looking at the whole picture. Don't just stare at the small detail. Look at things as a whole. If you get an offer, how is this going to affect you in the long run? If something happened that was upsetting, are you focusing just on the upset? Or can you see that there may be progress that can happen because of this? What's the positive? What's the good? You've got change coming in, Capricorns. And, as earth signs, you guys maybe aren't altogether comfortable with change. But change is good. Change is good, especially if we're becoming more stable, making more money, having better relationships with people. Change can be good. Boundaries here. It's card number 12. Capricorns, I want to say that you may have gotten boundaries in, I did a money and career reading for June. So boundaries, I think, came up for you guys. And, setting some boundaries and maybe making some changes because you're doing that. Not a bad thing. So let's get into the tarot here, Capricorns, and see what's going on with you with all this exciting planetary action. Okay. The Knight of Swords, Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So seeing the bigger picture, remember I just said building for the future. So you've got two knights here. Knights are action cards. They're about making sure that you're taking action. Don't be stagnant anymore. The swords relate to air signs, which is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the pentacles relate to earth signs, which of course you are, plus Taurus and Virgo. And this is about the Knight of Pentacles, about planting seeds for the future, being very methodical. It's a slower moving energy. So maybe, there's some things that you already have planted seeds and now you're going to see those things start to move and grow with that Mars in Leo. That's expansion, Jupiter and Taurus, but expansion and growth in your money, in your stability, in how you're feeling. And you're excited to do things. And there could be new opportunities coming in. This, I will say, the Knight of Swords can relate to a lawyer. You may be referring to a lawyer. You might be getting legal advice, having someone write up contracts for you, reading contracts before you sign them. I will say you want to be careful about what you're committing to in this time, because that Mars in Leo is going to be exciting energy. And some of you might really just be like, you don't want to... You want to think things through, right? See the bigger picture. Make sure you're looking at things from different sides and perspectives. You have the Three of Wands. It's a card of expansion and growth. It's a card of, they planted these wands And now they're growing, they're flowering. So yeah, I feel like for some of you, some of the things that you've been working on, maybe for years, is going to start to really just, ta-da, it's abundance, it's growth, it's coming in. Now the Seven of Swords is an interesting energy here. It can be something that's more secretive. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but you may be keeping things to yourself. As I said, you might be talking to a lawyer because you don't want to talk to all your friends about it. You want some legal professional advice. You want someone who is going to be non-judgmental, someone who's going to kind of be middle of the road. And so the Seven of Swords can be a quiet, secretive energy. There may be things going on in your life that you're not sharing with everybody. Okay. It also can be a card of betrayal. And with that Venus in Cancer, that's healing. That's healing from betrayals. That's healing from old hurts. So this boundaries card here may be a direct result of, you learned a lesson in a relationship, at your job or something, and you're setting boundaries up. So you're going to protect yourself. The boundaries are there to protect ourselves, to protect our hearts, and to make sure that we're being clearer with other people about what we will and won't accept from them. And it's a two-way street with boundaries. You need to really accept others' boundaries too without becoming offended or hurt. If you expect people to respect your limitations and respect your wishes, you need to do the same for them. So that's just something that came to mind. I don't know why. I generally don't talk about that part of boundaries, but it is part of the bigger picture, right? So we're seeing the bigger picture here. So I've got 3 cards. You can ask a question. This can be a pick a card. You can see if one of those cards kind of stands out to you. I'll also use them as clarifiers for the reading. So you've got the amazing, beautiful 10 of Cups. This is a card of a lot of abundant happiness, joy. It's the rainbow after the storm. It is healing. It's healing. It's moving on. It's feeling very loving. For someone here, I feel like, you might be leveling up in your relationship. Maybe you need to do a prenup or something like that. You could be talking to a lawyer about that. I don't know who that's for, but I feel like that could definitely be one of your boundaries and if it's not in a marriage, maybe you have a business partner or something to that effect. And when you're working with others, you're putting some legal boundaries on some things for you. And maybe that's to help you feel more steady, stable, secure. Maybe you've been hurt in the past and you're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. So you have the Hierophant. This is a card of Taurus, and it's a card of higher learning. It's a card of a mentor. It is a card of marriage. For those of you who I said you might be getting a prenup, you might be really, excited about where you're going and covering your bases here. But the Hierophant could be someone who you go to, a mentor, a priest, someone who's just tops in their field and they're kind of mentoring you and helping you. Or this could be you. You could be the person who's finally learned all your lessons and made all the changes, and you're helping others see the bigger picture. Some of you might be that lawyer, and you might be the person that's drawing up the contracts, that's explaining to people what boundaries are and sharing with others. Helping them see where they've been hurt in the past. They can cover themselves to not have that happen again. For some reason, I feel like with the change card, I feel like you're just like you need things to change. You don't want to repeat past mistakes, heartaches, or things that have happened before. You don't want them to happen again. Beautiful. So Ace of Cups, this is a yes card. The Hierophant's a yes. The 10 of Cups is a yes. So you got 3 yeses here. And the Ace of Cups, yeah, for those of you wanting love, it's certainly a great omen of finding that love. It is about your cup overflowing, right? Your heart is filled with happiness, joy, abundance, and love. Sharing that love with others. But with the aces, it's always an opportunity. And you have the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So some of you may be doing something I can't think of the word, philanthropy, right? So you may be starting a nonprofit, or I don't know, maybe, like the blessing boxes you see at church, like, starting something to help others is what I feel. And with the Hierophant, you might really be the one spearheading that. Or you could just have a real calling in your heart to help others to be the change you want to see, right? And you're feeling very passionate about it. With that Three of Wands, I would say there's other people who are with you who want to help you expand and grow. But I feel like you're the one. You're that Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. You're seeing the direction that things need to go in, and you're being very clear about it, and you're taking steps to move forward into this really abundant, beautiful, beautiful energy that we have right now with all this planetary action. So that's what I have for you, Capricorns. This is a really interesting reading where I feel like you're learning from the past, moving forward, and you're not just moving on from it, but you're actually, when I say setting boundaries, you're actually like writing things down, making people agree to things. Someone may be, like the head of HR or something, and you're like really in the midst of policy and procedural changes here. And in doing so, you're going to fulfill some goals and feel really good, get new opportunities to feel good, because you're probably in your mind, setting your own internal boundaries. And that's helping you feel better because you're expressing yourself and you're letting people know what you need. And I'm sure that they're listening with all these good cards here. So that's what I have for you, Capricorns. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate you. Have a great day.